Almost.
Turn my phone off.
He'll ring you up.
Don't want that happening again.
Hey everybody, welcome to another podcast for Pastrami Nation, the meat of pulp culture. In case this is the first time you're tuning in, my name is Nolan. I am co-founder of Pastrami Nation. Pastrami Nation is everything that's cool about pop culture. Comic books, movies, video games, television, conventions, you name it. You know, it's Pastrami Nation. So, as always, we are here at QBC Toys and More, the premier comic shop of the High Desert. And we love being here. It's just such a great atmosphere. I mean, we're surrounded by wonderful books all the time. So, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, starting with
Eric Griffin.
Robert Lamphere.
Michael Slapstick Fabella.
Jason Smith.
Rebecca Rubio.
We have a guest today, and Rebecca will be joining us about a whole bunch of fun topics. Woo-hoo! But before we get started, we have a few things. First off, very happy to say that Aftershock Comics...
Isn't that just awesome?
It's great.
That's very cool.
They put a quote from our review on Black Eyed Kids on their Volume 2 cover.
Wow.
Very
On
nice.
the cover, it
We
says
made the cover.
Pastrami Nation. So, very, very happy about that. Very honored. Thank you, Aftershock, for doing that.
Very
Very
much.
cool. It's you guys put out great books. One of your favorite books is Super Zero from Aftershock.
Aftershock, yes.
So,
very good.
just want to throw that
Love
out
it.
there.
Very much.
It is out. Black Eyed Kids Volume 2. Make sure you check it out. All right, now, we always give something cool away. There's nothing cooler than this, guys. You want to show them what that is, my friend?
I thought that was mine.
It's not yours, Michael.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't
watch
mess
out.
with me. That is a gift card to the best place on the planet. Or QBC Toys and More. $15 gift card for you to buy
Nice.
whatever you'd like. I think you should use it to buy a book you would never buy on your own so you can check it out.
Just put that in my pocket.
Which is really great because we do encourage diversity of reading. Move
Super
away
Zero.
from the Marvels and the DCs and try something that you haven't tried before.
Absolutely. And, I mean, this is free money. You're not losing anything, so you might as well give something a shot. So, and if you come in and you tell Robert, hey, this is what I read, he'll tell you, like, you can give this a shot. This is going to be right up your alley. He's not going to steer you wrong. It's not what he does. So, how are we giving this away? So, there's a box over there. And it says Krispy Kreme donuts.
Baby.
Hey, girl.
That box is here for a reason.
Hey, Krispy
So,
Kreme.
To
I
tempt
see you.
us.
I see you, Krispy Kreme.
So, it's connected to one of the topics we're talking about. If somebody can guess what that topic is, just by Krispy Kremes, you win the gift card. And I'll be watching to see who's the first one to do it. If nobody does, I'm going to be really heartbroken, because that's $15 of QBC money right there.
The donuts aren't included, right?
The donuts are not included. You might see us munching on them throughout the podcast. I apologize.
Okay, I know.
No. Everybody here, including Q, you're all excluded.
I can't believe
Can I at least have a
that,
donut?
man.
You can have a donut.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll wait on that, though.
Guess
All right.
which one I licked.
That's part of the
All
bonus
of them.
That's where the real
Man, I
prize
just
comes
gave it away. Yeah, I licked all of them.
So gross, but I'll eat it anyway.
Hey, it's all right, man. I'm clean.
Hey, once it's dry, you won't even notice.
Oh, no.
Was that from your last doctor's report, or was that from one few months ago?
2014.
A few months ago, but I've been cool since then.
All right.
I haven't gotten too crazy.
Oh, we got to
Fair
get away
enough.
from this, man.
Can we all go to Krispy Kreme, like for fresh donuts now? Because I'm,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little paranoid that he actually did lick all these.
Hey,
You drive in by.
you might get
Cool.
you might get some kind of superpower from it.
Yeah.
Or a disease.
I am a survival man.
Hey,
50-50 shot.
you never know. You never know
Pretty
until you
good
try.
odds.
Depends how you look at it, Mike.
Don't knock it.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and jump into our first topic. And our first topic is cosplay. It's one of the best parts of a convention. You get to go and you see all the cool cosplayers and the hard work they pour into it. So before we jump into questions as we pick the brain of our cosplayer here, I would like to go around and ask, what is everybody's favorite cosplay that you've seen this year? It doesn't have to be in person. It can be, you saw it on TV, you saw it on the Instagram, you saw it on whatever.
The Instagram.
The Instagram.
It's called IG, bro. You've seen it on IG.
So,
Sorry.
let's just go ahead,
was
go
the
around.
worst ever.
Yes, it was.
Tell us, anybody can jump in there. What was your favorite cosplay so far this year? Anybody?
Well, at WonderCon, I was pretty impressed by the Voltron. It was
That was
huge.
That was pretty
Pictures of
cool.
it.
That takes a lot of work to do something like that. And then, there were actually quite a few really good cosplay. The one guy that was dressed up as Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, he was
Yeah.
yoked. He looked just like Wolverine.
You're too excited.
Yes.
His biceps were so big. I was like, ah!
He was a piece of man.
He was some man candy.
Was that the one that was in your phone?
What?
Yes, that is his screensaver on his phone.
He winked at me though. I took like a video for media purposes.
He had
And he winked
something
at me,
in
and I'm
his
like, so like I don't know how to take that, man. Like, was that just because like I'm filming,
tried to
or were you like
remember-
winking at me, or like?
He popped out one claw and winked.
Yeah, yeah. Ching. Yep.
God, thanks for ruining Robert's.
Sorry, Robert.
Mike, you're next.
Listen, I will start off by saying this. I am, not that I wasn't aware of cosplay, but maybe just not aware of how big cosplay really was. And whether it is Instagram or Facebook or going to these conventions for the first time, or it was a Kamikaze I went to, and then this one, I think it's so freaking cool how much effort and how realistic all of these cosplayers are really looking. It takes time to make these, and I watch people on Twitch make their armor and different props, and I think it's just one of the coolest things in the world. We're to the point where like, let's just like squat up and let's be, like a group and go together, and it's so fun to find different parts of like, I'm into Overwatch, so find different characters from Overwatch, or even like I saw some of my favorite ones were I saw Beauty and the Beast Jedi, so a Belle and then a Beast Jedi.
Yes.
I also saw a Toy Story Jedi, so there was a Buzz Lightyear and there was a Woody Jedi, and like so that type
Woody
of
Jedi.
mesh a Woody Jedi. So that
course
was
you
like
would.
meshing
Jedi Woody.
different type of like Jedi. Okay, so
Sorry.
meshing different types of things together, properties that you like. I think it's so cool to get creative with that stuff. But being a big Overwatch guy and a Reinhardt fan, because I main Reinhardt. That's my main. I've actually seen like kind of a not in person, but a life-size Reinhardt costume, and it's kind of like that Voltron thing, Robert, where they're on the stilts. But he looks like if he really existed, Reinhardt would be this huge armored dude. You know what I mean? And I just think it was really cool. I think it was at BlizzCon is when he first showed up.
Cool. To see
Yeah,
that
and so
person
stuff
would've
like
been
that in
awesome.
person would be cool. And actually, the voice of Reinhardt was in front of like 3 different Reinhardt cosplayers that had the 3 different skins. You know what I mean? And so he's like, "It's Reinhardt!" You know what I mean? With the actual cosplayers in the back, I think it was really cool.
That must
I
have made their days,
apologize.
too.
I apologize for the poor Reinhardt voice, but I just
Thank
think
you.
Reinhardt's probably the coolest one I've seen. But I love cosplayers. If you're doing it, you're thinking about doing it, just look stuff up on YouTube and get into it. I think it's really, really cool. I enjoy
Very
it.
nice.
Awesome. Jason.
Me? WonderCon, there was probably like 3 different ones that I thought that stood out to me. There was a really good Zatanna that I saw on the outside part of the con, because I had been seeing the same like there's this ugly Zatanna that was like it looked like the 99-cent store one. It's like, and then you see this really well done one outside, and I'm like, and not to knock the 99-cent store one, but
Oh,
it's
no.
like, come on, I mean,
Not to
at
knock
least-
the piece of junk one.
I don't know, yeah.
go.
That, and then the Scorpion from Mortal
Oh,
Kombat
yeah.
was really cool.
That was cool.
And he had the eyes, the white contact lenses to make
mine's
him look.
closed.
Yeah, and I thought that one worked really well. And then, of course, the guy who's always the Green Mile guy, he was Luke Cage, and he really pulled it off. You know?
He's a big guy.
He's big, and
Nice.
he had the yellow shirt with the holes in it, and I was like, Luke Cage, from the TV series.
Yeah,
So-
the Mile. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's everywhere. He was at
Cool
Hesperia
guy.
Days last year.
Was he
Walking
really?
around as the Green Mile.
yeah.
I don't know if I saw him.
And out there in Hesperia, probably people were like,
Yeah, what's this guy?
In the high desert, people are kind
He
of.
had his little mouse and everything. I mean, it was great.
Hey man, cons like that are just, it feels like home.
Yeah.
Everyone understands what you're talking about. They understand the language, and you're like, oh, this is a lot better. Where you talk to
You don't feel like an
coworkers or other
outcast.
people, and they're like,
Yeah.
you got a problem, dude. Like I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, no, it's cool.
Awesome. Rebecca.
I like it when they have the creative type think outside the box,
The mashups.
the
thing.
mashups. And so one of the ones that I really thought was creative was the Ronald McDonald Thor, because you never see that anywhere. It's different, it's quirky, but you remember it because it's different.
Yes.
Absolutely, it was a standout. I mean, with his hammer, it Big
Big
Mac.
Mac box.
Hamburger.
cool.
Hamburger.
Another. No,
No.
nobody.
I shall have another.
And,
Oh God.
I'm loving it. No. No.
You gotta
I'm really
stop.
so much cooler than the podcast show. I swear.
He's just kidding.
I'm so nervous right now. It was cool though.
It
We
was-
got to see a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked really cool. For me, it was another mashup, and I only saw a glimpse of him walking by at con, but I saw the picture online, and it was a mashup of Negan and the Joker. So
I saw that.
purple cloak,
Really?
green scarf, crazy looking.
There's a really good Negan there too. Remember?
Yeah, because Negans were a thing. There were a lot of Negans, but there was a few really
They pulled
good
it off,
ones.
and-
Yeah, that you almost wanted to say the lines. You know?
Some of them came across as like one of those greaser kids from high school that's trying to like wear the leather jacket and be cool, and then some of them actually like
Look like Negan.
Look like Negan was a
Yeah.
legitimate.
He'll bash in Glenn or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Too bad there wasn't
In my
any
opinion,
that
what-
actually had like stuff
The
hanging
piece of meat.
from
Piece of Glenn's brain matter.
Lucille.
in my opinion, that episode though was one of the best episodes of Walking Dead.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was a
It
very
was
good
incredible.
episode.
chilling. Episode.
Never gets old.
Yeah.
Eric, have you seen any really cool cosplay?
Well, so I was like the only person at this table that wasn't actually in WonderCon.
Just driving around.
I was at
I
WonderCon.
blame Robert.
I drove.
I was at the Walgreens.
Hey, well, I did drive past the Walgreens, I didn't think I did. But I drove past, WonderCon like 5 times, and so I was checking out the people, and I did see not checking out the 3.
He was really looking at
Yeah.
all of the stuff right there.
Anyway, I did see
I saw the best Darth Vader cosplay inside of Walgreens. And the soap aisle.
I interviewed him in there.
Oh, bar of soap and stuff is
What kind of
good.
soap do you use, Lord Vader?
Knock, knock, knock. Hey, man, I just want to interview you. No, but
Soap on the rope.
This went south.
nothing I say will be any better than that.
No, I agree.
I saw a scorpion costume. Not ripping you off, but this one was a lady scorpion.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
And she had a really nice costume. It looked like straight out of a movie, Sub-Zero.
That's really cool.
Scorpion.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
hey, wait a minute.
Hey,
They're
it's the
different, bro.
same
Yes.
exact guy
Touchy
with
subject.
different colors. It's like in Street Fighter, like Ken Ryu, same guy.
One's a blonde guy and one has like brown hair.
Same dude.
No.
It's the same guy, same costume. They had all the exact same karate moves. Same dude.
No, they
with
don't.
Different hair.
Eric, you gotta leave them alone.
And there goes that
You
topic.
gotta leave them alone. All right.
Okay, that was
But,
it.
on that whole cosplay though, the thinking outside of the box to create the costumes, I think that's really my favorite part.
Yes.
Last year during Free Comic Book Day, when we had the cosplay, we had this guy. If I can actually,
It's a
get
picture
to
of
that
Michael.
picture.
I'll be back this year.
Unicorn
Or that
Darth
dress.
Vader.
Yeah.
It was you after some, it was you after some concert. You look different.
Stupid. Come over
Of course, it's
to
not
the
coming
pink
up
side.
right away.
To the pink side.
Well, yeah, the unicorn. It's pink drink.
Oh, did you drink the unicorn?
What?
What was it?
Over this unicorn drink thing.
Did it taste
You
like
know,
a fruity
don't
unicorn?
even.
Well,
don't
anyway,
even
I
you
can't
know.
find the picture right now, but he made his Captain Phasma costume out of cereal boxes.
Oh, nice.
Cut up the
Really?
cereal boxes into really small strips and literally built the helmet out of layering these strips of cereal boxes and then painting over it. And it looked phenomenal.
Really?
And
How cool.
Gotta go
you
to
know,
the grocery store tonight. Making a costume.
Go to Costco. get the
it looked really, really good. He even won our costume contest. And then he brought in his helmet, and you flip it over, and you could actually see, like, Fruit Loops and Lucky Charms
Cheerios.
on the...
How cool. Oh,
You know,
That's the
and
That is crazy.
That's cool, man.
that's probably my favorite part is the effort that goes into any of the costumes
Yes.
that the cosplayers
and literally
do.
thinking outside that box.
Or using the
Yeah.
box.
Pretty much, yeah.
Literally. Now, Rebecca has done a few cosplays, and they're each unique. They're not
Yes.
like just run of the mill. You can find at Spirit Halloween kind of costumes. So go ahead and let us know, what have you done so far?
I've done a couple different ones, but the 2 most recent ones that I did was first I did a steampunk Ariel, and then I did a Slave Leia take with Princess. It was Harley Quinn.
Harley
So-
Quinn.
What?
Suicide
Leia.
Squad.
See,
Like I saw
yeah, it's
that.
that
That's
those
awesome.
combos are
Yeah.
really cool, man.
So, I am proud to say, especially with the last one, with the Harley Quinn, everything was pretty much from scratch. Nolan made fun of me. I was on the floor of the hotel room the night before with the hot glue gun finishing the costume.
During the week, she was like, "This is what I have done," and I'm like,
Making sure
"It's in 2 days." What's
Harley didn't
I
have
was like,
a
it'll get
wardrobe
there, it'll get
malfunction.
there.
But it
Yeah.
did come out really cool. I've seen some photos up on Instagram, and wow,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the picture with the Jim Gordon is really cool.
Well, we can pull that up.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so there's, I think it takes a lot of thinking. There's a lot of thinking that goes into doing cosplay because you don't want to just do what everybody else does.
Yeah.
It's easy to go to the store and it's easy to buy a costume. It's easy to go on Etsy and buy a pre-made costume. It's easy to find something on eBay. But when it comes down to actually making it for yourself,
Very nice.
you can pass that down.
And then when it gets up there, if we can show that,
Yeah.
awesome.
When it comes down to
that
making
is
it yourself,
really cool.
there's just a lot more
Jim
pride that
Gordon.
goes into it,
That's really
especially when you
cool,
get
man.
to show it off,
Right.
basically. Like,
Yeah.
I did this, I made this with a hot glue gun the night before.
And
Yeah.
you're the only one that, you're the only one that
And then
has
you're the only
that.
Drop
one
the
that
mic.
has it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Peace.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, very neat. Very, very
Good
neat.
stuff.
See, and
I know
That's
a
just so-
cosplayer. What
Right.
up? That's pretty cool, man. Really
no,
cool.
no, you
Lost
said
it.
you've done a few of these.
Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah,
That is
there
cool.
with Gordon.
I like the Gordon too.
Yeah.
That's a cool.
And it was funny because he's just standing there in the middle with his cup, and I saw Gotham City PD, and I was like, you
Yeah.
are Gordon. And he was like, yes, I am.
Yes, ma'am, I am. I keep Gotham safe. That's cool. No, that's really, really cool. I've not even seen a Gordon, so something like that is really
I thought
cool.
You know,
I thought
that
seeing
is
Gordon
really
was cool.
cool.
And his
Yeah.
costume was pretty impeccable. I mean, he had, all of the body armor that
Wow.
goes into police.
That's cool.
And
That's
it was
awesome.
it was detailed.
That's cool.
Now, what made you want to get into doing cosplay?
I think the creativity that goes into it, trying something new. I've never been a sewer. I still don't know how to sew. That's why I was with the hot glue gun and fabric glue. I was all done with
So
that.
there was no stitching in
No,
there.
there was no stitching.
Wow, that's
no,
awesome.
it was all hot glue
Very
gun
nice.
and fabric glue, and
Came out
yeah,
really
just
well.
went to Joann's, found the fabric that I wanted, and started cutting it up on the bedroom floor and hoping it would come out good. So, and it's kind of one of those things you don't know if it's going to work till you try it. So you might have to go with a plan B or a plan C, and it always takes its twists and turns, but in the end you're like, wow,
What would
I
Plan
actually
B have been if had this not worked?
I would have come up with something else on the spot. We would have been down at the CVS right next to the hotel. We would have been figuring
You go to
it out.
CVS, I'll go to Walgreens.
Hey, you can always do.
saw him at Walgreens.
You can always do my Obi-Wan Kenobi. All you gotta do is go buy a robe.
It's true.
It's true.
What would
That's a
you,
plan B
what would
for
you say
anybody.
to anybody that is considering cosplay? Like, what advice would you have after doing it yourself? And
Just do it.
Sorry,
The
Nike.
first step is the hardest. Yeah, Nike. But just go out there and try. Everybody has different ideas, and there's a lot you could bring to the table, and there's a lot you could do differently that no one else has done before. So I got a lot of compliments on my costume because no one had ever seen a Suicide Squad Harley Quinn Slave Leia style. So
cool.
just try it.
Break
Give it a
new
try.
ground.
I like it. I like it.
So I heard that Mike is going to cosplay at Kamikaze as Winston from Overwatch.
Oh yes.
I was thinking of like the Harley Quinn like Slave Leia, but I don't think I could pull
Get
it
off.
off.
You're gonna be the slave lady for Reinhardt.
You never know until you try it.
Unicorns.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
Just do it.
Okay, well, this is a good question. Sorry, not to interrupt, but what would you be if you did cosplay? What would you be, Nolan?
For me, I
Go
think it'd be
around.
like the original armor Iron Man.
That's a good question.
The dome helmet Iron Man.
Oh
But
yes.
some kind of twist on it. And me and my brother, we've talked about going to different eras and thinking outside the box on that way. So something like that, maybe a medieval kind of style. I think it
The
would be
medieval
really
That would be
Avengers.
cool.
awesome.
A medieval
That'd be
Avengers
cool.
would be great.
Oh, that would be
That's what we were gonna do one year.
It was actually a plan. Like, we just needed the people to fill out the rest of the team, and they flaked.
We could still do
We
it.
could still
And
do
their
it.
names are. No.
Not to drop names.
I just saw a
They're
bus
dead to
roll by.
me now.
What would you be?
You know, I've never really given that a whole lot of thought. I've never really thought about
Halloween.
cosplay.
Oh,
But I would
even
go as
say
a
that.
Ghostbuster.
You already know you're made for the
Super
Rancor
Zero?
Coop.
Rancor Keeper. Hey,
Yes.
man. I couldn't believe that.
No,
Crushed.
the Rancor Keeper figure.
Not the
There you
No,
go.
Not the
just
Rancor
the
Keeper,
figure.
just the figure.
IG-88.
Perfect for the same thing.
That would be a tough one to pull off, though.
It can be pulled off though.
Could it?
Yeah.
Hey, if a guy
Yeah,
dressed
get
up as a battle
overweight
droid, then
IG-88 instead of a skinny one.
That might work. I can
say you
make it work.
Hey, man.
I can make it work.
I say you should shave your face and go Kingpin.
that'd be pretty cool.
Oh,
I could
Because
do
with
that.
your head,
Be a
you can
menacing
totally do
Kingpin,
it. You
yeah.
can totally do it.
Yeah, okay. Let's
Make
do
it your
man.
own.
Q could be the Daredevil to that Kingpin.
Yeah.
there you go.
The Q
Robert,
without fear.
what would you
handle.
be?
Because we have an idea for you.
You know what? I really haven't given it much thought.
Peter Pan.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You go.
So, Rebecca had suggested that Groot would be a really good one. For you.
Oh.
I could see Robert in a Groot costume.
And like
Cosplay.
pulling it off really well. And all you have to say is, "I am Groot."
But it would
I
it
am
be
Groot.
the Groot.
He already
Groot
John
picture?
I'm Groot.
Oh, that group?
Yeah. Would it be Jason's Groot?
Jason?
No!
Or can we talk about? I don't want to.
We'll come to that topic after.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's
Save
coming
that
up
one.
from
Sorry.
Okay.
Y'all know it's going to be slapstick.
Yeah.
Just give me enough white makeup. I'm telling you. I would listen. I would totally do that for real. But honestly, this is no joke, and it'd take a lot of hours of working out. Like I understand, but I would just have to save up money for this costume because, like, the only way is it would be cool to learn how to make a helmet. But I just want to be the Green Ranger.
I knew it
I
was gonna be
just
hard.
want to be the Green Ranger.
I will be a ranger with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Listen.
Awesome. Go
And it
go
goes back
Power
to this.
Rangers.
It goes back to this because when I was a kid, it's when the show in real time, the White Ranger had just come out, and so like all the Halloween stores had my mom was she made everything from scratch. Like she was good at sewing and stuff like that, and so but the hot glue gun was used as well to make me a handmade White Ranger costume.
Oh,
And she,
cool,
because
dude.
everyone had the Red Ranger. There was all the Rangers, but the White one was fairly new. So I went first grade around where you go to all the different classrooms, and I felt like the coolest kid in the world because I was the only one with this White Ranger
That's
costume.
awesome.
There's pictures somewhere, and I just felt
That
like
is
I'm
cool.
Tommy, dude. This is cool. This 1-year-old, and
That's
doing the
awesome.
poses. But I would love to be the Green Ranger, helmet, shield, all of that stuff. I think would be really cool.
That'd be really good.
Yeah,
It can happen.
that'd be fun one day.
Awesome, man.
I'll go to the gym
You
tomorrow.
could be a
You do anything you want if you believe in yourself.
Carry the boombox on
Yo, like the hip hop trooper.
A hip hop Green Ranger.
Yeah.
That actually would
Dude, that'd be awesome. Just give me a chain.
Partner up with him. He's a good guy, man. I mean,
Yeah, the hip hop trooper is really cool though. That's the thing, like your mashups that you do, Becca. Is that hip hop trooper? He's everywhere. He was at Star Wars
He
Celebration.
was at the Warrior Dash when I did.
Was he really?
There's pictures of her with the hip hop. I
So
commented like, "Oh my
cool.
god, it's the hip hop."
Yeah.
He had the whole stormtrooper helmets, like the white helmets with them. They had the whole black
got
and
the
white
Adidas
Adidas.
stripe going.
Yeah, it was just stuff like that's really cool. So it'd be cool. A hip hop Power Ranger, the hip hop Power Ranger.
So I guess
crew.
it has to happen for Kamikaze.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
See
need
you at
to
the
think
gym
about
tomorrow.
this.
Yes, yeah, no, I'm gonna hit the gym tomorrow. I ain't going to work.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather be Dengar?
I would rather be Dengar than the Rancor Keeper.
We can get toilet paper, wrap it
He's
around
yeah, that
your
guy.
head.
He actually
We
has
can
like
do
a
that
cool
right
looking,
now.
like weird, like mummy hat thing. I like him.
Let's try it right now.
Oh no,
Wait, what are we
here it
doing?
goes.
We're making him into Dengar.
Oh no.
You never see me and him in the same room at the same time. It might be the same
Just
guy.
like lick your finger a little to get the paper to stick in it.
This is better than the toilet paper. He made me a toilet paper turban earlier. This is way better.
Earlier?
Hey, I told you I got here a long
He's
time
been here
ago.
8 hours ago. So.
I got off of work.
At least he's early.
I don't want anybody from work to hear that. I got off
Oh,
early, 11
no.
o'clock.
We
I've been
got a
here
comment.
since-
We have a
I've been here
comment.
since like
We have a
12 o'clock.
Joel, I don't know who it's directed at, but it says he should be Shaka from Land of the Lost as a Jedi.
Who?
I don't know who.
Shaka Khan?
No, Shaka from Land of the Lost.
Chaka?
Chaka? No,
Chaka.
Chaka.
Oh,
No.
Freddy.
Did you know
Damn it,
that?
Chaka.
Did you know that Chaka was or is Ron Howard's brother? Really?
Wait a minute, Ron Howard, red hair.
Yeah,
Ron
yeah.
Howard's brother.
Happy Days
talking
director.
about me.
And,
And the red hair.
and the guy that played
Listen, I'm a
Chaka,
detective. I just put the pieces together.
and the guy that played
Thanks,
Chaka
Joel.
was also the like the serial killer guy that was being hunted in that one episode of Seinfeld. That
Leave
they
it to
thought-
Robert. He just
Robert just
I know,
holds
just-
it out.
Wow, that's awesome.
he's like a meme just waiting to happen, like just knowledge.
Knowledge is
I
power.
wish I was you, Robert.
Everybody does.
I know
my
me and
my wife
group-
is glad that they're not.
Nice.
so
Wait, did you say what you wanted to be?
No, he's
Did me? Oh, my next?
Yeah.
Ooh, let's see. If I could cosplay, I don't know.
course you could.
I
You
always
can
thought,
cosplay.
Of course I can.
It's
be
when
Gengar.
you
Yeah.
cosplay.
Exactly.
He wants
The
to go
goal
as his
is for
brother.
everyone
I
at
wanna
this
go as
table,
Nolan.
including you, Q, to do cosplay at some con at some point, and it'd be best if we did it together,
That'd
because
be cool.
that would be cool.
Let's shoot for
Hip-hop
Kamikaze, yeah?
I'm a hip hop ranger, man. Let's go.
Let's see. I don't know. I'd love to be a legit like Shredder from Ninja Turtles because I have yet to see
Yo.
one walking. I've seen like the foam claws
right.
ones but I think a legitimate one with decent armor would be pretty good. And then I've always had this idea in my head of like a Tin Man, Iron Man kind of mashup, but like holding the real Tin Man's head. Like
of course.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, they couldn't do the
Jarvis,
normal
oil.
mashup.
Maybe have a tail coming out of the mouth.
Yeah.
Then
That's
Some
never
kind of weird,
happened before.
demented
I don't know what
angle
you're
on
talking
it.
about.
We have another comment.
I don't want to know, because you looked at me when you read it.
No, it's somebody who said, "I am going as Robert."
Robert.
Who said that?
James.
See?
James,
People
that
do
was
wanna
a
be
great
me.
choice. Robert is a good choice.
You should be him for like free comic book day or something. It's coming right up, man.
Just show up
Fast.
as Robert.
It's like 2
That'd be
weeks
cool.
away, yeah.
Pretty cool.
All right, so we do have quite a few other topics to jump to, but really quick again, $15 gift card for QVC Toys and More. If somebody can tell me, why is there a box of Krispy Kremes here? What's it connected to? It's connected to the very last topic on this podcast, but why? No,
I'll be-
no,
I
Michael.
gotta
No,
wait.
Jason.
I'll be happy when the donut's connected to my mouth.
You can have a donut right now. Have at it.
Sir.
Maybe that'll.
Don't
Oh,
mind if
look,
we do.
they're really donuts, guys. Like, yeah.
They're real.
So, I also heard that right here we have another comment about Jason.
Here's a napkin. It was on my forehead.
Jason, what?
Jason can easily be Bebop or Rocksteady with that
Who
voice.
said that?
That is from Joel. Hey, that's a great compliment.
That was
I'll
pretty
be,
good.
You don't want a
Donut?
forehead napkin? Why is nobody taking my forehead napkins?
Because
That
they're
forehead's
nasty.
sweat.
Look at your forehead grease on it.
Dude,
Donut?
it ain't
Donut?
easy being greasy.
Let's go
I'm
ahead.
going to be bad.
Donut?
Donut, yes.
You?
Sprinkly time.
You know, if I grab the sprinkle donut,
Oh,
I get made fun
Unicorn jokes.
man.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
So we have another.
We don't make fun of you.
Oh,
No, but you know what? Dang it, I'm taking the freaking sprinkled donut.
We have
We
another
do that.
comment from James,
You have
guys.
a fork.
Because they are not really Krispy Kremes. They are dressed up as they are a different brand. So they're cosplaying as Krispy Kremes.
That's brilliant.
That was actually
I
pretty
thought
good.
it was
That's
Krispy
a-
Kreme donut.
Nice, James.
That's not it, but what a good
Hey.
guess, man.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Aw, dude, you gonna nah.
You gotta be.
You don't want to touch
No,
donuts?
hey, after
That was
Dengar
forehead
and
sweat.
and the
Oh, I
and
don't
the
want
Rancor
that forehead.
Cooper.
You
Hey,
keep
dude,
that.
come
You
on.
keep that. No, you keep
Hey.
that. That's nasty.
It's good for you.
So guys, comment on why we have these Krispy Kremes here. The last topic is about that. Person who gets it wins a gift card. But let's jump to the next topic. I'm going to turn this over to my good friend Robert. And we're going to talk about an Image comic that came out, and it's pretty different.
Very different.
So
And-
it is Black Cloud.
Black Cloud from Image Comics.
So now-
And it is really just one example of how Image has just been knocking it out of the park lately. This week's release of Redneck already sold out. Black Cloud sold out. God Country, number one, already in its fourth printing.
number 1, 2, and 3, they've all
Number
been
2
selling
is
out.
third print. Number 3 is second print. Number 4 just came out this week. Image has just been knocking it out of the park with stories that are truly different and unique. You know, God Country, focusing on a elderly person suffering from Alzheimer's, who, when he's wielding this sword, this god of all swords, is fixed. No longer suffers from Alzheimer's.
Once he lets it go.
Then he starts forgetting who his grandkids are, and he starts becoming really mean and rough and just not who he likes to be. You know, Black Cloud is very much in that same field where it is different, but yet very human at the same time. If people are not reading any of the Image books that are coming out lately, you know, they're really missing something. Black Cloud also goes a little bit further in that not only is it a really unique story, they actually make use of color and black and white as an integral part of the story.
Yes.
I believe everyone here should have read it.
Yes.
Right? What was your take on?
It's really unique. And I've been hooked on Valiant comics.
Yeah.
Well, we all love Valiant.
Right,
you
but
know,
it was something that I never read before. And this is what we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast to really, really break out. You get into Black Cloud, and I think, Nolan, you were telling me a little bit about this thing before the issue, so I appreciate the issue to take a look at it. If we go, the story's great. The artwork is incredible. I absolutely love every piece of artwork from the beginning to end. To me, going along, it's like a song. The music going with song lyrics. I love the characters. I've never read anything like this before, and immediately you go, I want to read issue number 2.
Right.
I enjoyed the comic. I'll let you guys kind of go into more detail about it a bit. Black Cloud is a must if you have not read it yet.
If you can find
and
a
it's
copy.
unique.
Yes.
If you can find a
Good
comic.
luck.
Very unique, and I think Image did a great job on this one. Really good.
Yeah, definitely. And they kind of just cliffhangered it all of a sudden on you, like you want to know. And you're just like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
wow, this was the
And-
last
You have
page.
to get the second one.
Yes,
exactly, and that's
Kind of
a
like
sign of a
started
good.
on a cliffhanger too. Like,
Yeah.
like
It
what
did.
the f is
Well,
this
that
book
whole,
about?
that
Right,
whole like
right.
world that she takes him to, it's like you're wondering, is that like her power or was there an actual drug? Because at one point you hear someone say like, I didn't see him actually take the pill, and it's like,
Exactly.
and
It's
she's
an
doing
automatic
this to
hook.
get money to live by, because she said most of us that come to this world were poor, you know, so there's probably more of her, like more of her people out there, and yeah, it kept you guessing the whole time.
Yeah. Really good.
I liked it. Sticking normally to the superheroes, it was definitely a different read for me. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would read the second one for sure.
I'm going to skip Nolan,
Please skip me, yeah.
and I'm going to go to Eric.
Well, okay, so read the book. It was a good book. It was interesting. I had no idea what was going on 99% of the time, which
I think it did its job then.
I don't know. Maybe I read it backwards or something. But
You gotta read it a
Did
couple
you read
times.
well, no, that's what I was saying. I actually want to reread it, and then I think you definitely gotta, I'm sure, read like the next couple issues to really understand what was going on. But some really interesting characters in the book, though. I don't know how. I don't want to give nothing away, but you know, just the kind of animal-faced
That whole
characters in the
otherworldly kinda-
other world,
And even the human characters were really big in there, like
Right.
Hulk size.
and like Jason said, you don't really know, is it like a drug or is it her power? Why is she there? Why is she taking these people with her into this other world? So I think, you know, definitely a few more books to let it develop and see what it actually turns into, because it was really interesting, and it's way different than most of the books that I read too. Kind of like you said,
I
it's-
like the difference.
I'm used to this, you know, Batmans and things like
Right.
that, and then all of a sudden this book was like Twilight Zone.
And, you know, another book that really stands out, this one was from Boom, but God Shaper. And another amazing story. The artwork didn't quite fit the story for me, but the overall story, and again, was a great concept of everybody having this little god that helps them through life that they actually manipulate and control. And I mean, it could be looked at in so many different ways, and then there's those people that don't have their god with them, and are god shapers. They can actually really change what a god does. You know, and again, it's just an idea that is so different, so far removed from the Batmans and the Supermans and the Spider-Mans and the Captain Americas that, you know, open up your reading diversity and read something different and be amazed. There's some really, truly original stories, and for the most part, Image is at the forefront of these different types of stories. Black Cloud, just one example.
I felt like that's why you skipped me.
So drop
I'm
your
going to
Archie
hand
books.
it right to Nolan.
Much like Robert, I love just any comic I can get my hands on, and I've been a supporter of Image almost since they started. In the last few years, we've seen so many books come out, as you said, God Country, Curse
Absolutely
Words.
amazing. Curse Words, so much fun.
It's so many books that they're out of the norm, yet they're from people that, if you're reading Marvel and DC, you've probably read what this writer's done. You've seen what this artist can do. Well, except Curse Words. I hated God Hates Astronauts, which was amazing, but it was not a major publisher. I loved this book. I thought it was really good. I love the change of color. I really, you know, comics is the only art form that combines text and visuals at the same time. And it did it so well. I bought this book and it stayed in my stack for a day. And Robert said, "Why haven't you read it?" And I said, "I'm busy. I can't do it." He said, "You need to read it." And then he said, "This makes great use of color." And of course, I thought, "Oh, okay." It was great because it tied right into the story. It wasn't just for looks.
Yeah,
And
there was actual purpose
Yeah.
to it.
I love that.
so, yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I'll be, of course, reading issue 2, but I read almost everything Image produces, so that's not saying anything. So, highly recommend checking out Black Cloud if you can find a copy. And pretty much any Image #1, because they're very hard to find nowadays.
Yes, they are.
We have a few more comments.
Okay.
Somebody wants to know who brought the donuts. We're
I ate 'em.
We're unofficially sponsored by Krispy Kremes, meaning they didn't pay us crap. We went and bought the donuts.
Unofficially, we bought this
We ate them too.
box, but
But that's not it. So someone also made a comment about something. We're actually going to be talking about that further down the road regarding the art show coming up here at QBC. And then somebody said, "Did you know one unicorn frap, unicorn emoji, is equivalent to 6 Krispy Kreme donuts?"
no,
Slapstick.
Wow.
No. Who wrote that?
Who was this?
I have no idea.
You take a guess.
Is it someone I know?
It is.
Who?
This
Probably
is from
a better half.
Leanne.
Oh my gosh! You know what?
Wow.
I'm gonna.
I knew that one.
Oh my goodness!
How sad he was like, "Who?"
All right, that's right. We
Okay, we
I'm
have
gonna lose the argument.
We have 2 more topics, one short one big one. Before we get to that, again, reminder, nobody has answered it yet. Why did we bring Krispy Kreme donuts here?
6
It's tied to something very big in pop
6?
culture.
Oh, it's not.
And
3 Snickers, not 6.
it's 6
6
Krispy Kremes.
That's lies.
She would not lie on Facebook. It's right
It's
here.
on
the
Facebook.
internet.
It has to be true.
And there's a unicorn emoji.
I know. I
She
use it all the
wouldn't,
time.
Yeah.
she wouldn't use that if she wasn't serious.
Oh my
Yeah.
You got emojized.
Emoji eyes.
Emojized.
So remember, if you guys can guess what the reason for Krispy Kreme being here is, you win the $15 gift card from QBC Toys and More, provided to you by Pastrami Nation. Let's go ahead and, again, I'm going to pass the reins to Robert for this really cool event coming up called Free Comic Book Day.
What? Free Comic Book Day, the first Saturday of every May.
Yes.
And
Marvel Saturday. Sorry.
And you know, we're really, really excited this year. We were hoping to go super large. We're not going to be as large, but we're still going to have thousands of books.
Thousands.
Of books to hand out. We are also lucky enough to have Michael Fabella with us.
The Michael Fabella? Oh my God. I know that guy.
Wow. Oh my God.
Thank you for having me, Robert. I'm excited to be here.
It's going to be awesome.
He wants to
And-
touch you.
And
It's a love tap.
you know, it's not just going on here. It's going on everywhere.
Right.
Nationwide. It is the comic book industry's Black Friday. And I like saying that because usually you think of Black Friday as like the big sales right after Thanksgiving. Well, for the comic book industry, summer kicks off a lot of stories, massive crossover events, and Free Comic Book Day is just our way of being able to reach out to the community and say, hey, check us out. Look at all of the cool stuff that is out there. This year, Free Comic Book Day has more all ages friendly books than I've seen in a very long time. And, there's plenty of books for all of those of us that are not quite so all ages.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Diversity. That's...
Exactly. And yeah, so we have a really good selection here at QBC. If you're not local, go to your local comic shop, support them.
Absolutely.
Don't just pick up the free comic books.
Right. Look at the store, see what they have, and get ready to get hooked, because you will.
There's so much good stuff.
And of course, we'll be here as well. Pastrami Nation will be here on Free Comic Book Day, including myself, Jason, Michael. It's no question, Robert. We're hoping Eric's
going to be helping out.
He'll be here, baby.
This is the comic store you're looking for.
Yes, it is.
And we're also hoping to have a few artists. Not going to be mentioning names right now.
Eric. Stick figure drawings.
But
Eric, you're out.
I'm doing stick figure drawings at the door.
But one of the artists, he's hoping he can make it, is a Marvel artist.
Ooh.
So we're really looking forward to that. We're also going to have artist and writer from small press company Forbidden Panel.
Very cool.
And these days have massive turnouts. I remember last year's. Jeez.
People lining up.
It was huge.
Like before Starbucks opened.
This is like somebody trying to for a unicorn drink.
Oh, come on.
And again, we hope to see you here, but if you aren't here, visit your local comic shop, support them. Don't just pick up the free comics. Try something new.
But if you are local, you should probably be here.
Yeah, if you're local, you need to be here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Toys and
You ain't
more.
here, I'm coming for you.
There you go.
Take it easy, okay?
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what that was.
What?
I feel scared in all the
And
wrong
I'm back.
drink.
What just happened?
Damn that unicorn
Listen, I
frappuccino.
came.
He's in the middle of having a psychotic break. Leanne, we're really sorry about that.
We
but
apologize.
What's the sugar?
It was the unicorn.
Well, at least
has a
get him to
two-day
his car
effect.
at the end.
I came surprise late to Free Comic Book Day last year.
No.
However, the atmosphere here still was. I think I still have a picture, and I posted it, I think, of you and I, Robert, of that day.
Aww.
And I had just found out about the store via a coworker maybe a month and a half before that. And I think I was already kind of hooked, but that day alone was just really cool. Just the people that were still around, the atmosphere there, everyone just volunteering their time. I mean, just still super excited about these comics, and I think it's a fun day for people to go, hey, let me try this out. And I think you'll fall in love with the art of comics and the writing. And there's so much more than just a book and some drawings. I mean, these drawings are really, really well done. The stories, here's my, of comics. I'd never thought that you can get so much from just the little bubbles that you see in these comic strips. There's so much detail and story in these things, and that day was one of the main days that really hooked me, so I would encourage you to come out anytime you can. Free Comic
also,
Book Day.
we are going to have a cosplay contest,
Oh, very nice.
and we will have some cosplayers here that if you don't dress up, you can still have your picture taken with some of the cosplay people.
I'm not ready
Very
for my
nice.
hip-hop ranger yet.
Not yet.
I got the chain, but I don't got the
So yeah,
definition.
for
of
us
that.
it is
Halfway
a
there.
big event. Come on out and
Lots of fun. Lots
Can't
of fun.
wait. It's gonna be a
almost
good
too
day.
much fun.
It's a
No,
fun day.
no.
I mean,
There's no such thing as too
your
much
head
fun.
will almost explode.
Let it explode.
Okay,
Almost.
we'll clean up the mess.
before the last Free Comic Book Day, Eric actually had hair.
Yeah,
I was so excited
He had
that
so
when it
much.
went boom, all of his hair just kind of fluttered on
QBC's
out.
amazing!
Oh man,
It's still around here somewhere.
We're still picking red hairs out of
dude,
the
it
carpet.
was like a 29-hour day. My good buddy James Mace is listening. He knows what it's all about. We were here for like,
Is that true, James?
oh yeah, it was like the longest day ever. I've never even worked that long at work. It was a long day, but it was so much fun though. Like it went by so fast, but it was awesome. A lot of cool people.
So you guys need to come out to Free Comic Book Day.
Definitely.
Put it on your
Me
calendar. First Saturday in May. It's going to be great. They'll have awesome stuff going on. We'll have giveaways going on. Michael Fabella will be here. You might be able to get an autograph.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. Radio station's going to be here. We'll have a tent. We'll have music. We'll have some giveaways and stuff as well.
Dance contest?
So yeah,
Dance
I'll
off.
dance,
Okay.
man. I'll show you the moves that will be a little bit
All right,
more well choreographed once
Okay.
I
All right.
become my hip
Get
hop
it together.
Power Ranger. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be an intro.
It's gonna be an intro. You know what I mean?
So it's going to be horrible.
I'm ready.
It's gonna be fun. So I'm appreciative of QBC asking me out that day for that. I was gonna be here anyway, so that's great. So I'm excited to be a part of. I think it's cool because last year I felt like I was kind of the outside and looking in, and now being getting comics and being in the store consistently for a year, and reading books and trying new things, and I'm gonna enjoy this day in a different way. It's gonna be new for me. Now I'm a part of this comic book community now of friends that I met via this podcast and learning so much from Robert and the knowledge that he has from comics he's read for so long. And so I'm excited for you to be a part of Free Comic Book Day. It's going to be fun.
I don't think there's anything else to say. That was perfect. Absolutely. So, but there is another event coming up.
Yes,
here
there
at QBC
is.
Toys and More. Why don't you let us know about this Saturday?
Wow, I feel like I'm doing a lot of
Got a lot
talking
going
today.
on here.
Pretty popular
You can
guy.
put it in three words, right?
I am
Robert.
No.
Wow.
Very nice.
Oh.
Very nice.
Very nice. How much?
Very nice.
Yes, we are sponsoring a local artists art show, and even
Oh,
Jason.
shucks.
Oh, look at it.
Even Jason has submitted a couple of pieces.
Questionable pieces.
One is really, really cool,
The other.
and the other one
Is not so much.
is definitely
Tasty.
tasteless. I would say tasty.
Tasty is a very good word for that one.
Yeah.
So when I look at this artwork, I'm going to go, that one's tasty.
Yes.
Yes, you will.
I will guarantee it. After
Better
this
than the
podcast,
unicorn
you'll see
drink.
it. Yes,
Okay.
it's-
Okay, cool. Is it here?
It's
Yes, it is.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Right on,
We all
man.
kinda- we all
I didn't
kinda-
know.
Some,
We got scared when we saw it. We kind of all randomly.
You know what? That one's tasty.
but yeah, some of the artwork is absolutely amazing. We're gonna have artists here.
Cool.
Several of the artists are gonna have prints for sale.
Oh, nice.
Come on out, support the local artists, and we're gonna have popcorn. We're gonna have the whole event. So please come on out, support the local artists, and have a whole lot of fun. Oh, and yes, we're having a huge raffle.
I was hoping you were going to say that. The comment was in there.
Yeah, we're gonna have a huge raffle. Right, you can purchase tickets right now, and it is going to have a life-size Groot, a life-size Rocket Raccoon Standy, two pops, 2 movie tickets for the 4th. I believe it's May 4th.
That is the Thursday, right? I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And a $20 gift card for here at QBC, and
Holy cow.
a Guardians of the Galaxy poster.
I'm waiting for
How much
it to
does it
finish,
cost
and
to
I'm like,
enter
boom,
this?
boom, 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 boom.
Each ticket is $1, or 8 tickets for $5. I think it's like 15 for 25.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah.
$15 for 25 tickets. So the more tickets you buy, the cheaper it is.
I'm buying the whole roll. The rest of the roll.
No way, bro.
Are you?
Yeah,
It's cheaper to just buy the rocket.
Yeah. It's only going
He
to cost
almost
like
knocked
$200 to buy all the tickets.
Hey, go ahead.
That's cool. That is
You're
that's a
guaranteed to
really
win.
cool
Yeah.
aspect.
Bring in the Groot.
I am Groot.
So you know what? While we're waiting on that, we talked about this, Robert, and I think it's a really good idea, and I will totally do this. So everybody who's left a comment so far that isn't related to Robert, you're going to get a free ticket to the raffle, and Pastrami Nation will make that happen together. So Joel, James, and Leanne, all of you will get one free ticket to this raffle. Oh, wow. We have a visitor.
Dude.
He is Groot.
No, he's Robert.
Ah, yeah.
Let's see if we can get him.
Oh, yeah.
Why wasn't he hanging out before? Look at that. Oh, dude.
He would have stole the show right there.
You can't even see it.
He's so tall.
His head is off the frame.
That is
Yes,
cool.
that is the Groot that we're
Buff, dude.
that is part of the raffle prize.
That is
Wooden
awesome.
muscles.
Wow. So make sure
You
You
just
guys-
say wooden muscles.
The wooden pecs.
Well, wait, did you hear
That's
what
actually why they said I would be a good Groot.
Oh, okay.
My wooden muscles. And you can take that in any
Did you say
don't bring it up. No.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, I won't say it.
Please don't.
So come out this Saturday, guys. Art show. Come out, do the raffle.
It is, the art show itself will be from 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock, and we'll be doing the raffle at 8 o'clock.
Nice.
There you go. So if you are Joel, James, or Leanne, you have a raffle ticket here waiting for you. We have more comments. James, about Free Comic Book Day from last year, said, that was a very long day. OMG. Amount of people came early. Line gets long quick. Yeah.
It does,
So
dude.
get here
Early,
man.
Get your unicorn drink.
Me and
Get
James
in
got
line.
here. We got here at like 6:30 or something that day, and there was already people lined up. And what time did you open? Like 9?
9 o'clock.
There's like people here like 2.5 hours early.
We have another comment about ask Michael about his scary Groot cup.
All right.
Somebody's been to the movie theater.
Okay. Maybe I can watch that and give that as a raffle prize because it's creeping everybody out.
Just don't watch it. It's drank
well,
in my
no,
mouth.
yeah,
By Michael Fabella.
We want the mic.
Yeah.
Game used.
Why?
Give it away at Free Comic Book Day.
Oh my goodness! So pretty much, if you go to the movie theater, I went to this specific one in Apple Valley, and I went to go see Fast 8. I wasn't even in the movie. I mean, they have these little Groot cups. They're like $8, and it's only a couple bucks more than the actual
I think I've
drink.
seen
And
this.
I'm like, everyone's in the theater. I'm gonna get myself a Groot cup. So of course, I go walking in the theater, and everyone's just like, he would get that cup. And my friend's daughter, who was in the movie, after we walk out of the movie, she kind of looks up and goes, "Oh," and I'm like, "He's creepy, isn't he?" Yeah, a little bit. It just kind of looks weird. It doesn't really translate very well.
Slightly odd.
But I like it.
Don't they have a popcorn one too?
There is.
Popcorn what?
Groot.
Does
Or-
it look
You went to
better?
Cinemark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a
There's a
drink
popcorn.
one and a popcorn one. It's a little
What?
bigger, you know? Saw it yesterday.
It is a little creepy. I think I took a picture of it. I don't know.
We do have a few
Well,
more.
they had the unmasked Star-Lord one too.
Did it really?
No. That'd be creepy.
We have a comment from some weirdo named Mike that says, "This is my comment."
That's my.
Thanks, Mike.
It's my
Thanks,
free
Mike.
ticket.
And Andy Whitlock put, "The line went quick. Don't let that deter you from going."
No.
Oh yeah, that is
it
true.
didn't
It does
move.
go fast.
Yes.
It just never stopped.
Yeah.
Andy,
know,
I like
it's-
your comment. You just made the list. You get a free raffle ticket too. So make
You
sure
just made the list.
You just made the list.
And even when you're in line, you get to hang out with all the other cool people who are in line.
Yeah, and think these are all people that they love comics. They have some kind of interest in it.
It's the
It's
one
a great
line
line
that,
to be in.
Yeah,
It's kinda
the
like
one
Comic-Con,
fun
the kind of line you get in.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you come out for it. There's one comment on here that won.
Can't find it.
Somebody won the gift card.
What?
What?
Robert, can you take a guess at why we have Krispy Kreme donuts on the table?
Because there's a hole in the middle.
There's a hole in my donut.
You just won.
What? What? What the heck, man?
Wow.
That just happened.
Didn't tell me my gut was showing. Must be hip hop Power Ranger. My gut showing.
So why did we bring Krispy Kremes?
Huh?
Why?
Oh, you can have it because it's your favorite.
All right, in the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Power Rangers! That is why. Go,
Leanne, you won.
What?
$15 gift card.
Oh, that's not fair.
She entered just like everyone else.
Wow.
So
Very cool.
let's get to that last topic.
Make me proud.
Power Rangers. I wouldn't feel right having anyone else start this. So, Michael, tell us about the new Power Rangers.
Okay, see what happened was... All right, this was a movie.
He was a deprived child.
My mama couldn't let me watch it because there was violence. Listen, here's the deal. I'll try to be as quick because I tend to talk way too long.
Take your time.
Okay. So, I remember, and I mentioned it on the podcast before, I remember sitting on my mom's lap for the very first episode of this Power Rangers and watching them take off this little container head of where Rita pops out, and the theme music that I just downloaded on my phone the other day because I was acting like I was a Power Ranger going down Bear Valley Road going, yeah, that's right, that's what I'm talking about, because I'm just still a kid at heart, and I just fell in love with the Power Rangers. I mean, I absolutely loved them. The Green Ranger was my favorite, and I didn't really follow too much with the next different, Power Rangers. I know there was Zeo and the bunch of different ones, and Turbo, but I'm talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Right. And I think the original from, was it Japan, Super Sentai? Is it Sentai was kind of the original ones? But because I went to Kamikaze and actually sat at the Power Rangers panel, and the American version we got was actually not the first incarnation of the Power Rangers, but the same suit, so that was kind of cool. But I was hoping for, when they announced this movie, I was like, I don't know if I would do that. Like, we already had the 95 movies, and the show was kind of cheesy, but I love it anyway. And I'm watching it now that I'm 27. I go back and watch it on Netflix and going, holy cow, this is really bad, but it's great. You know what I mean? I went to go see the movie, and I was a little concerned because the first trailer I saw was cool. Finally got the second trailer, we got to see the suits a little more in action. It was great. I even thought the Kanye West song was really great in that song. Or in that trailer. They actually use it in the movie, which was pretty unique, and I enjoyed that. And then I saw some extra footage, and this isn't really... Are we spoiling this thing? I mean, it's been out for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's in the movie, but where Zach is actually driving the Zord by accident. I kind of saw that out of context, and I'm like, I'm now really worried. This kind of looks really cheesy. Like, the suits look cool, but I really want the story... I've mentioned this too. I really want the storyline to be good. I watched this film, guys, and I was every ounce of, 5-year-old Mike was so freaking excited. It's so good. I'm telling you, I know I'm overly excited, but this was, in order to make it work, they really had to reinvent the franchise. They kept the names, they kept the colors, but Cranston as Zordon worked. Alpha 5 was cool. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but, was it Bill? I can't remember his name. Anyway.
Bill Nye.
The science guy. He was okay.
I was
hoping because I liked the and they paid homage to certain things in that too, and it was all right, whatever. Yeah, not much, but I felt like
like a pirate.
And I don't want to take too much because I know, I found out Rebecca loves the Power Rangers as well, so I'll let you kind of talk this up as well. But I thought I connected with the characters. I thought the development of the characters were great. I was connected to Billy was one of my favorite Rangers. Absolutely one of my favorite Rangers. Yeah. I liked, I'm hoping if they make another film we can see more leadership out of the Red Ranger, but I thought it worked. They had to reinvent the relationship between Zordon and Rita Repulsa. Really set the stage at the beginning of the film to move forward and actually have a purpose. There's more of a development of these Rangers don't know what the heck they're doing, as opposed to the shows in '93 they just jump in, they get these suits, and they know how to do karate. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it was everything I wanted. I want to see another film. I hope to see a second, maybe even a third. I know that Saban has a 6-plan film for this thing, but I absolutely, now all the thoughts that I wanted to say are going away, but I just thought it worked, and the Zords were great, and the comedy was great. Each character I bought in was like a modern-day teenager, so I bought into every single character. I believe the story. I believe that Rita Repulsa was this thing that was going to destroy Angel Grove, and it was nostalgic, but it created something new. And if you weren't a fan of the Power Rangers, my dad doesn't like anything I take him to, and I somehow convinced my father that only knows the franchise because of I'm his son, into this film, and he's laughing behind me, and he's asking questions at the end of the film. So much we watched the very first pilot episode of Power Rangers on Netflix after we got home from the film, the movie.
Nice.
He's like, I want to see what they originally were like. And he actually, for him to say, that was actually a good movie, just resonates with me. He got me into film. He got me into Star Wars. And he knows so much about film that for him to say it was a good movie. Now, I have my problems with it, but we won't go into that. It's not very much. I just thought it was a fun film.
I want to burst your bubble real quick with a comment.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Sorry, Power Rangers are Voltron wannabes.
Well.
Oh, I wonder who said
I wonder who could have said that.
Okay, Crystal. Listen, and she'll be proud. I'm starting to watch Voltron on Netflix, the newer series.
Isn't that great?
And I'm hooked. I'm really hooked, but I can definitely see how it's a wannabe. But you know what? I wasn't born in the 80s. I was born in the 90s, and this was my Voltron. But it's fun. I think it's everything that a super crazy geek Power Ranger fan wanted to see from the film. It hit every nail on the head. Everything, the pacing was great, storytelling. Of course, you wanted to see the suits. That doesn't come to like the last almost act of the film, but I felt like at the same time it was necessary for you to really make me believe about these characters and what they're going through. And they did that.
That definitely worked because they built the characters' connection. These kids, they come in, they know nothing about each other. They have no connection at all. And it takes them building that connection to even get to the suits, which allows you as an audience to get to know those characters better. Otherwise, it'd just be teenage kids walking around in Power Ranger suits, and we wouldn't have that connection that we had with them.
I agree.
What else want to add to that?
Well, I thought the way they did Rita and Zordon at the beginning, and when he's having Alpha, like they're back in the Cenozoic, in the dinosaur times, and he's saying, "Send the asteroid to these." Is that what wiped? Like making it like that's what wiped the dinosaurs out?
Yeah.
You know, kind of so to speak. Yeah.
I know. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Personally, I just liked the scene where Chopper went across the...
Got that.
Listen. Oh my gosh. One of my favorite parts, though, one, like I said, we find out that Zordon, spoiler alert if you don't want to know if you haven't seen the film yet, Zordon and Rita were the original Red and Green Ranger. And the Green Ranger's my favorite, and they kind of tease with the scene at the end about Tommy Oliver, and I really hope we get to see this film with that. But that was a cool way to introduce the significance of Zordon. Otherwise, in the 93 series, he's just this floating head. We all bought into it, we all love Zordon, but they kind of gave him purpose. And in this film, where you really think a character is down for the count, and I was like, I can't believe they're doing this in this movie right now. This is insane for Zordon to make the sacrifice and realize I had my time as the leader of the Power Rangers. This is Jason's time to lead the Power Rangers. And he sacrificed his opportunity to come back to life necessarily. Zordon did, just so that he can keep this new team together. And I thought that was just a great team building moment. I bought in. You bought in to everything that those characters had to say and do. I believed it.
Going back to the red and green, did you notice Krispy Kreme's colors?
That's why. And Krispy Kreme does play a huge... you know what? And it's one of those cheesy moments, because they have their own cheesy moments. They're going out for the Zords in the first time, and then the Go, Go, Power Rangers. And my brother and I both kind of look at each other like, this is kind of stupid. This is awesome! You know, it's one of those like, oh my gosh, it's a cheesy, awesome moment because that's how the show was. And I didn't notice that was a Krispy Kreme kind of red and green thing, but I hope we get to see what happens. And, of course, the whole thing they're looking for, this whole Zeo Crystal, is in the freaking Krispy Kreme, like of all places. And so the fact that Rita doesn't know this is incredibly hilarious.
What is a Krispy
It's a Krispy Kreme. And Elizabeth Banks was the perfect choice for Rita.
Did she actually eat that donut though when they gave it?
Does.
She does.
And it is like, it is so funny because I told Nolan when we went to watch it, I was like, I wish I could eat a donut as sexy as she looks, just sitting there with the total like
nasty looking
and
face and like makeup.
And she's like, what is this?
What is this?
They made her creepy. Like Rita was scary.
Yeah.
in this movie.
Going after teeth and all that. Yeah,
As opposed to that Rita we got with the big poofy dress from the 90s. This was a scary...
Well, yeah, and like for people that weren't big fans of Power Rangers, like I remember watching it as a kid, but I wasn't like a huge fan, but you know, I thought it was all right. And Mr. Flabella here told me that he saw it twice, and I was like, that's insane, because there's no way they can take that TV show and turn it into a decent movie. It's impossible. So I was like, I'll check it out. So I sat down and watched part of it, and I was like, I'll watch the first 20 minutes and probably turn it off. It's going to be crap. And I sat there from beginning to end, and after I was done, I called everybody I knew 2 people, right? And I was like, dude,
Call me.
you guys,
Robert and
I told Robert about it, and I told James. Which James, have you watched it yet? It was awesome, and I really didn't think that they could take something that was that. And the show was good, for back in the day, but it was pretty campy, and I didn't think that they could take something like that and turn it into a serious movie, and they did, and I was like really surprised. And then I found out that you're not crazy. It actually was a really good movie.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
just in that part.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch some of these Power Rangers TV shows. And I looked it up on Netflix. Dude, there's like 20
There's different
Power
types,
Ranger shows.
Mighty
I
Morphin,
could
man.
not believe it.
Has to be the Mighty
Because
Morphin.
when the Green
That's the only one I
Ranger
watched.
comes, down, because that's the interesting thing is Rita in the original show makes the Green Ranger. She has a green coin, and so now that Rita pretty much gets slapped to space, is what's going to happen? How does the Green Ranger happen? We know they tease Tommy Oliver in detention because that's where it's like a Breakfast Club type of vibe at the beginning of this film and kind of towards the end. And how is this going to work with Tommy Oliver? So I really liked. I don't think he needed to be in the first movie. You need to establish the storyline of these original 5 Power Rangers, and you needed to reinvent the story. You needed to make it modern so that the kids like us back, in '93, we buy into this new characters, and then the kids now that are a little younger are going to buy into this new adaptation of the Power Rangers. And I think they did a really good job.
And Billy was hilarious.
He was great.
He was my
He
favorite part of
stole
the
the
movie,
film.
and he reminded me a lot of I can't remember the guy's name that plays Spider-Man in Captain America: Civil War.
Tom Holland?
Yeah, probably my favorite
Just his
Spider-Man.
deliveries.
Delivery of
the
the
lines,
comedy and just it reminded me a lot of that Spider-Man. I think that's one reason that I liked it so much.
They were
The
very
Billy
aware.
character,
They were
at
very
least.
aware of each other's character. Every character was really unique.
Yeah.
They had a purpose to be there, and you believed it.
Mhm.
And that's what you had to do to buy into the suits. Like
And the
you said.
Megazord at the end.
Dude.
That was awesome, and there's 2 things that were awesome about that. Number 1, I mean, it was awesome on its own. Number 2, just by seeing that, I'm thinking we could make a Voltron movie now, right? And it's similar. It's similar to Voltron. This is going off of what Crystal was talking about. It is similar, but it made me think. I was like, "Oh, dude, Voltron may be coming out soon now.
Just don't let
Maybe
Michael Bay
Voltron
anywhere near
fighting
No,
Megazord."
I think it'd be cool to, what I thought in the cartoon, the Voltron, in the first episode when they actually get their, the first or second episode, they get their actual suits to go into the Voltron. I'm like, that'd be a cool cosplay to all just get those suits and have the different colors, because some reason that hashtag squad goals of like different colors, and I just think it's really cool to do together. But I would love to see a Voltron.
Oh yeah.
I would love if they do it right with these characters. I'm connected to these cartoon characters. I would love to see.
They did such a good job with Power Rangers. I mean, they could do the same,
Yeah, the
but
technology
different.
they
But
do.
I mean, they could do not just the technology, but taking something like Power Rangers, turning it into a movie. Take Voltron, the cartoon, turning it into a movie. I mean, they could do a serious movie.
High quality.
And I
Yes.
think doing Power Rangers really proved that you can take something like that and
dated by its own.
Right.
It's almost like the way
dated and-
Deadpool paved the way for rated R, another superhero movie,
Right.
and
Right.
Logan. I think hopefully that we'll be able to see something else like a Voltron because they were able to do Power Rangers
Yeah.
so well.
We have a few comments about this.
What? Let's go.
get them.
Let's go.
You got the pit bull.
Andy Whitlock agrees with Crystal about the Voltron wannabes, and James says no. I refuse to. Team
Dude, I've
Voltron.
told you 10 times you need to watch that movie.
It's
It's
11
awesome.
now.
Okay, 11.
Well, now, how would you feel if they were to bring
11
a
team.
villain like Ivan Ooze back into it?
No. Please don't. I would like to see Lord Zed in the next
Yeah.
film.
Yes.
That might be kind of cool. Or even figure out something else with Rita. But Lord Zed, just like a bulked, buffed up,
Wasn't there
scary.
another
What about
girl?
that
There
pig
was
guy?
Scorpia.
The dude that was like a pig with a Roman helmet. I can't remember what that dude's name was.
don't know what
It was
that
just like a
is.
fat.
Not
looked
King
like,
Sphinx.
almost looked like a
No.
mad ball.
I remember that thing, yeah.
Like a mad ball.
It was like
Yeah.
a big
I think I
head
know what
with
you're
legs.
talking
Yeah,
about.
like a pig
I
nose. and he
will
had,
say
like, the Roman
though,
helmet.
it was cool to see Bryan Cranston
Are you sure
return.
you're not getting it confused
Yes.
with Angry Birds?
He looked like an angry bird. No, he actually did look like
That's
an
it.
angry bird,
Yeah,
though,
he did.
kind of.
Yeah, he did.
I remember that guy.
I think
Yeah.
if you didn't know a little, not to say too much more time, no one's like, okay, Mike, you said it wasn't going to be a long time. I know, but I lied.
I know you're lying.
Bryan Cranston was actually the voice of a couple of these characters in the
Yes.
original
Oh,
Power
yeah.
Rangers shows. That was kind of the beginning of his career. So to see it come full circle to him actually being Zordon, and he did really well, Zordon. I totally bought into him.
And if you notice Billy's last name is Billy Cranston.
After.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's truth.
That's
And
cool.
even I didn't really notice that in the old shows, and then when they even said it in the first time in the movie, I'm like, wait wait a minute, is that like a connection? No way. And they confirmed that it was.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. Love the film. Go watch it. I'm not crazy. Right?
Right. Hey, I certify you to be 100% uncrazy.
Back to being crazy.
Yeah, you just blew that one.
Well, come on.
I have total faith
Did you
in
guys
you
like
now.
the film?
I liked it.
Okay.
I did.
It was
I really
awesome.
I was like, I got two people on my side, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
I may even watch it
Actually,
again.
I'm the only one sitting at this table that has zero interest in actually seeing the movie.
But I had zero interest
So-
too.
I'm
have
actually
100%
in the
interest.
minority. But after Eric actually said how good it was, I'm like, just won't tell anyone.
So it took
Especially
Eric.
That's what I was
Not
thinking.
anybody else. It was Eric that swayed you.
Well, because he wasn't
It's
a
a
Power
copy of the
Rangers
movie.
fan.
Yeah,
Make
not
the
at all.
Krispy Kreme for
Okay.
later.
See, he was not a Power Rangers fan,
Right.
and so he was
On the
objective,
outside, yeah.
Whereas somebody who's a huge Power Rangers fan,
Oh,
it could almost be like what I was doing back in the in the 90s when they did the prequel to Star Wars, and I found myself defending Episode 1
See, I like
because
episode 1.
want.
What'd
you say?
Compared
Hey,
to episode
don't-
2?
I accidentally said that one time and almost got beat
What'd
up
you
in the
just say?
store.
I liked episode 1. Well, Darth Maul and Qui-Gon.
Well, there were some good characters,
In Jar Jar
Yes,
Binks?
pod racing.
but
They'll help you now.
to devolve the Jedi to, I wonder what this button does.
That's why they're extinct.
Yeah.
But I tried so hard to defend that movie that hardcore Power Rangers fans would do the same thing to
Yeah.
this. So that wouldn't be an objective review for me about Power Rangers. Having Eric actually say that it was a good movie where he didn't care about the Power Rangers, it actually.
Now, if he watches it and doesn't like it, he's going to hate me.
No,
was
I
crap.
do take into account that you like the trauma movies.
Oh, well, okay. There you go. But
So
you like trauma movies, right?
yes, I do.
Okay. See, okay, then we're on the same page.
I gotta burst your bubble, Robert. Robert is not allowed to watch Power Rangers.
Wonder who's
Like I said, I wouldn't tell anyone if I did,
Well, that's James, so.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
even if it was my way.
If you see a random Krispy Kreme donut box like in here in the comic book store, it'll have the Power Rangers movie in it. Just don't tell anybody. You'll know it's from me. It's not. I'll eat one donut, but the movie will be duct taped to the bottom.
She's going to walk in one day and bust open the door and you're going to be sitting there watching
no,
Power
I
Rangers.
I just want an empty box. I'll explain later. I'll pay $4 for it.
Okay, put one donut in it.
Well, I'll leave a couple donuts, like one in each corner.
It's nice of you.
Yeah, maybe surround the DVD.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, well, we are far over our time limit.
What?
So let's go ahead.
It's my fault. I'm
I wanna-
sorry.
But you know what? We had a lot to talk about, a lot of cool topics, so it's all good,
It
man.
was good.
I want to thank everybody for listening to us or watching us. We always have fun over here at QVC Toys and More. It's always a blast. Michael's weird, but
I own
Aren't
it.
we all?
He's the only normal one. What
that's
are you
why he's
talking
weird.
about?
That's why he's weird.
Wow, to other people, I am not normal, so that's saying something.
I'm not saying something about us. So I just want to thank you again, and signing off, I am Nolan.
Eric.
Robert.
I'm Hip Hop Power Ranger Michael Slapstick Late Fabella, always.
Jason.
Rebecca.
Oh, good night, everyone.
Eric.
And don't worry,
Bye, Eric.
Crystal, I still won't